Alright guys, and today I'm going to share with you this one secret that I think a lot of people don't really know, but you should really know, and that is how to trade on leverage, and I mean one on leverage at least 10x. And I'm going to do this with Flock as an example. And the reason that I'm going to do this with Flock is because number one, okay, I think that Flocks has a very big chance of going up very high. So why use 10x leverage, right? That's the first question you might be asking. Why use 10x leverage? Number one, okay, it's hard to lose money if you have enough capital. So for example, if you have $1,000 capital and you trade on leverage 10x risk size, and your risk size is 100 times 10, technically you have $1,000, right? But you've only risked $100, not 1,100. So if Flock doubles, you make $2,000. Okay, if Flock triples, you make $3,000. But if Flock goes to zero, you lose. And this is if Flock goes to zero, which is a very low probability. You lose $1,000. Does that make sense? So what this means is, with just $100, you can make up to $3,000 in profit. And if you lose money, you could lose $1,000. Of course, yes, you could put that $1,000. I mean, of course, yes, you could put the entire $1,000 into a spot account. That way, you don't have to pay any fees. But just in case you decide to probably risk more money on other assets, you don't have to put up the full 1,000. You can just put up 100 with a leverage of 10x, which you can do on Bybit, right? And Flock, as you can see guys, it's a coin that was just released earlier this year before the turn of the year, and we've seen this so many times. How many times have we seen this? A price get launched, comes down here before ultimately making the boom up. And don't forget guys, Flock right now really has a market cap of only $24 million. A market cap of $24 million. That is so low. And if you look at their website and you go onto their models, because they are an AI training software basically, you can see the kind of models that they have. It gets users excited. You have Ethereum GPT, you have Scroll GPT, you have Bitcoin GPT. There's a lot more. We can see all these AI models that Flock is training. It's insane. There is a lot of activity, going on this coin. And when you find a coin that has a lot of activity, okay, and a very low market cap, there is a very high chance that it can gain enough hype to, once again, break the all-time high. And the all-time high for Flock, guys, as you can see here, is $2.30, and right now it is at 20 cents. I mean guys, I don't know how to tell you. I think this is a very easy no-brainer coin. And as you can see on their Twitter feed, they have the golden check mark. Now, if a project has the golden check mark, I automatically assume that they know what they're doing, because it's very expensive. It is very expensive to have a golden check mark. Okay, you have to pay for this. Of course, they are also very active on Twitter. You can see lots of partnership, lots of users. There is just a lot of activity going on in this coin. And when there's activity in a coin, there's potentially going to be a lot of hype. So guys, let me know, what do you think of flock? Not only what do you think of flock, but what do you think of this strategy where we use 10x leverage to our advantage? Do you see how difficult it is to lose money if you have 10x leverage and you have enough capital? Do you understand how difficult it is to actually the flock has to go to zero for you to lose your entire capital. It has to go to actual zero. And you can set your risk size to just like $100. So what that means is every time flock goes up 10%, you make $100. Okay? Let me just make it very clear again. So number one, you start with a capital of $1,000. Number two, you risk only $100 per trade. This is your risk. Okay. Number three, if flock 2x's, okay, you get 1,000. If flock 3x's, you get 2,000. All the while, you're risking only about $100 here. You see? So every time flock goes up 10%, you make $100. So that is how you trade on 10x leverage. And it is just so easy, you guys. It is so easy. I would say the chance of flock going to zero is a very low probability, and the chance of flock doubling or tripling at this level is actually quite high. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think I've made myself very clear what you should be doing for the next week. Flock is going to be a long-term hold for me. Even if price goes down, I am just going to keep accumulating flock. I am very confident with flock. Of course, this is not financial advice, and you should continue to do your own research. So guys, I hope you learned something new today, and I'll see you in the next video.